Hello, welcome back to another game. 1v1 this time, not 4v4. JonSlow playing green as the Malians and Lunacy D3rP, I think that's their Pinya, right? Playing in red as the Malay. When it comes to civilizations, Malay should be stronger possibly than Malians, but I hope this game is going to be interesting either way, because JonSlow is better rating-wise. You can see it here, that's 200 points difference. Thing is, the players are really close as well, and we might see some fast imp stuff, or we might see some trash, which I'm not hoping. Still, it's possible. I haven't seen this game. I just picked it because I thought Malians against Malay could be interesting, and we're gonna find out how the game went actually. Start the maps for JonSlow with the main stone forward, with the main gold pretty forward as well on the side, but that's the forward direction. And if that's the second stone, then it's forward and outside, which could be terrible for him. Got deer inside. Actually, that's the second stone, so that's alright. He could wall this off if he needed to. And not really a big wood line here. There's one here. Extra berries actually. Can pick up those sheep, but the map is not really too good for JonSlow. It's really far in the middle of the map. There's a lot of space in his space, but not much wood lines. We have the second gold on the back side is outside here, extra gold on the right hand side. The third gold forward outside, so the golds are both in the back actually, that's not too bad. One really close to the space, there is one relic in the neutral zone here. What is that? That's sheep. Ooh, looks like D3rP stole some sheep from JonSlow, otherwise they wouldn't be running around here. And we have for JonSlow one boar to the front. Where's the other boar? It's in the back actually, so that's quite safe. JonSlow is taking 1-3 with 3 villagers. Don't really like this, but it's not a big problem. There's one relic between the two players here. This one closer to terror. And for D3rP, we have, I guess, the second stone forward outside, the third gold forward outside. The second gold on the left hand side is outside, but at least it's on the far side more or less. The main stone is to the back here on the far side. And there is 3 deer outside, which he's starting to lure in. Of course, pretty standard here. Not going to be too easy through the gate next to the main stone, but he should be able to do it without too many problems. We have the main gold pretty safe in the back and a little bit of space to boom, but 2 wolves and that's it. So the map from JonSlow might even be a little bit better than that from D3rP here. We're going to find out how players are going to do. I hope we're not going to see a trash. That's my main concern here, and that's why I'm going to fast forward a little bit, see how JonSlow is going to do this. And I don't think he wants to trash Malay. Malay should be able to defend against the trash rather easily. They have really going up fast, and that means you're usually behind in economy or in upgrades. Depends on what you're going, I guess. So we have JonSlow doing loom and the trash is coming in. That's too bad. Didn't want to see a trash game, but here it is. And JonSlow up to field age 747. That's pretty decent time, I guess. That's 21 population. Yeah, should be fine. I think the perfect time is 940 as far as I remember. It was only 17 seconds behind, and it's a multiplayer game, so you have a little bit of delay at the start and so on. Now we have D3rP with the defense coming up against the trash. Let's see how he's going to react once he notices that JonSlow is moving forward. He will be able to see it as soon as JonSlow is close to the walls and putting up the tower. Here it is. Field age coming in, and there's the double blacks as well. I think JonSlow should go for a blacksmith, pretty standard. We have a house coming up here, one here, and D3rP actually went for loom, which is really nice to have. Quick walls, a few palisades coming in. The main stone being mined now, the mining camp on that, and looks like he's going to be fast enough to complete that wall off. He is going to be up to fuel age really fast, as you can see. That's the beauty of the beautiful thing of the Malay, and he will be able to get a defensive tower out in no time. There's the second tower from JonSlow. Is D3rP actually going to put up a tower? I don't see it. Does he see the tower coming up? No, not yet. And I think he should go for the tower. Maybe he does not want to go. Barracks coming up, a watchtower, no, an outpost here, no watchtower. And there's the second tower. JonSlow is going with the third tower as well. He should start to go to the palisade. Yeah, that's not going to be a big problem. And there's the watchtower coming up now from D3rP. He's got enough stone for yet another watchtower here as well. And I think both towers will go up, and then we're going to see the classic tower fight, which is rather boring usually. But I guess JonSlow didn't see another chance to fight the Malay other than going for trash here. And I guess it makes sense. We have a blacksmith coming up, and the barracks is up for the Malay. I don't see a stable on archer range. I'm not sure about that barracks, to be honest. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Maybe D3rP wants to prepare a spearman in case that JonSlow is going for scouts here. JonSlow, 3 farms only. Wheelbarrow is done. And he's taking his deer using a mill on those deer, actually. Interesting to see. Now the standard tower repairing coming up. Stable on the way, and looks looks like they will be able to go up to Castle Age in a very, very reasonable time. Isn't that far behind when it comes to the food. He could maybe use a market that he doesn't have. No, he needs to wait for that food now or build a market quickly. It's not going to happen with the market. It's going to happen by waiting. He's got one villager on that farm. That's one farm plus 4 villagers on, whereas it's going to take forever to get that food in. I think the market might have been a better idea here. JonSlow doing tower watch, doing forging. The tower fight's still happening, and actually D3rP's tower is going down rather fast here. Look at this. But he should be able to repair it, or maybe... Yeah, repairing coming in, that's very nice to see, that's what they need to do. Villager's not going down yet, that was really injured, but JonSlow is the one who has to repair now, wants to repair. And D3rP finally on the way to Castle Age. It's going to be there really quick. You can see 18:04, that's a really beautiful time with 34 villagers, 3 ahead of JonSlow. Makes sense with the early age bonus, with the upper faster upping bonus. A few spearmen around, because JonSlow probably could see the stable here, I guess so at least, yes. But what are we going to see from Malay once the castle is coming up? I think a castle might be the best option here, and I think D3rP should have gone for a market as well. Castle Age finished. Are we going to see Boatkin arrow immediately? No, not yet, I guess. 2 villagers coming up, doesn't have a lot of food still, and doesn't have enough stone for a castle, so I guess the Malay upping faster is really tricky. There's 1 sheep left to take. Maybe you didn't see that before, and there's the first battle event. Now JonSlow is saying, hello, I have my spears around, I will try to defend this as good as I can, and the towers are still firing, of course. 1 battle event, 250 HP, it needs to go back fast, otherwise it's going to be taking a lot of damage, even from those feudal age spearmen, and you can see it, that elephant is very low on HP already. The towers could go down now, I guess both of them are quickly going down. Monastery coming up now for D3rP. I don't really understand that decision, to be honest. I think a market and buying 100 stone to get a castle up, that would have been a way better idea. Now there's a watchtower coming up, another one. That's really terrible. So JonSlow is actually making progress here, to be honest. He's nowhere close to clicking up to Castle Age. That's the biggest problem for him, despite the fact that he has a lot of farms. He has enough stone for a castle, which he cannot put up because, again, he's in feudal age, and he is not putting up any more watchtowers. Actually, I'm wrong. There is another one coming up. Makes sense here. JonSlow has a lot of stone, does not really want to use the market only to get up to Castle Age, I guess at least. And there's a few battle events coming up. I had to sneeze there. We have a monk to heal that elephant. That was the idea, I guess. Okay, it's not the best idea ever, to be honest, but it's not reversed either. I guess it can be cost effective to go for the monastery and the monk. You want to get relics later on as well. And now there's 3 battle events moving forward. I would have preferred to see mangonels and siege, so the siege workshop instead of the stable. To be honest, that would have made a lot more sense. You could easily go for a castle then, and then just put out those karambits. JonSlow is behind in population. 3 villages behind is upping to Castle Age, doing scale mail armor. I guess we're going to see pikemen then next. And I think JonSlow will go for either castle, if he has enough stone by then, or maybe siege workshop first, try to go for the mangonels and a monastery to convert those battle elephants. It's all possible. There's 2 monks now starting to heal up those elephants. Interesting to see. Barracks coming up as expected, and JonSlow will be in Castle Age within not too much time now. There is 6 plus 2 battle elephants now on the map, and those battle elephants have only the +1 defense upgrades, but they're still really tanky, 250 HP. JonSlow should go for pikemen as fast as possible then, sending the villagers into the towers, and there is the spearman starting to attack, or not. 12 attack against, what is that? That's 11 attack by, you need 5 hits at least to take a spearman down, and the spearman is doing a lot of bonus damage. Pikeman on the way immediately, and JonSlow 615 stone on the bank, going for a monastery as expected, not going for siege workshops. He's just waiting for a stone to go for a castle here. That makes sense. Now I think D3rP should go for his castle as well. Just buy your way up to that castle. No, instead we're going to see another TC. Is that true? No, there it is. The villagers dropping the stone to get that castle up. JonSlow putting down a castle. D3rP putting down a castle, and I think if D3rP is playing his cards right, is not going for the 30C, he could go for fast imp and try to go for trebuchets first. Battle defense still strong, but there's pikemen now. Plus, JonSlow should go for a monk anytime soon now. Is JonSlow adding in any extra TCs? I don't think so. I am expecting to see a fast imp for him now. And try to go for halberdiers then, or try to go for some monks. The castle actually got denied here. Wow, that's huge. There is Only 8 range, but apparently it was enough to stop the castle from going up. And JonSlow is now 720 stone, but the 5 villages are in that watchtower, not building anything. There's Karambits now flooding out, and JonSlow maybe needed more villagers. There is one villager from D3rP going to die here. She wanted to wall that gap here, I guess. It's not happening. The castle now coming up from JonSlow, a little bit more behind. A stone wall just in case, and a house in between those towers. Now these villagers should be safe, or rather safe. Only the monks could do something, and there are still watchtowers around, so no. Of course, 8+2 range on those watchtowers by JonSlow. That means that D3rP didn't even go for fletching in the tower war, and that's interesting. But D3rP, as you can see, low on resources here, going for a lot of Karambit warriors. In the meantime, JonSlow, a lot of resources in the bank, and I think as soon as that castle is up, JonSlow shouldn't be far away from the Imperial Age. Maybe needs a little bit more. Bought 100 food, sold stone, sold wood. Yeah, that's perfect. Look at this. Such beautiful Imperial Age click coming in. And now the question is, JonSlow with 44 villages, will he be able to stop the Karambits because the lead battle defense went down? And will he stop the ram push that is coming up apparently? Mr. Karambits gone out in the castle? Yes, 20 of them. Only 10 population, obviously. And I think we are going to see a ram push really soon. There's 3 battering rams plus... he needs, I guess, 5 at least. JonSlow is not going for a lot of pikemen any longer. Instead, Geppetto production is starting. Beautiful. It's a really nice idea, actually. Villages now moving out. Where are they going? To take stone, I guess. And JonSlow is preparing to repair the castle. You can see the rams now. It doesn't have a siege workshop up. That means no Manganots to defend. There's a lot of Karambits around. JonSlow is in trouble. Only 2 Geppettos here. And that house is going up for now. But the rams are still attacking that castle. Karambits, there's a few of them that will die. It's not a big problem because you can see JonSlow needed to buy stone already to keep that castle repaired. And while he's on the way to Imperial Age, those rams are doing a lot of damage. The Geppettos should be able to take down those rams actually, but it's going to take a while. Looks like JonSlow is able to keep his castle up, but at what cost? He doesn't have a lot of resources in the bank. He cannot even go for trebuchets now. You can see no wood in the no food in the bank. Sorry, no wood, and almost no gold. Geppetto protection is still going. What is Terror going to do now? He is in a very interesting splitted position somehow. A few more houses, few more walls coming up just in case, I guess. There's the trebuchet that we expected. JonSlow has enough villages on wood, I guess. Needs another lumber camp here, that would be perfect. But he's not focusing on his economy at this point in the game, I think. The first trap will start to hit that castle. The question is, what is D3rP going to do now? Are we going to see another ram push? Or no, actually the villages are moving out now. TC coming up on the outside. There's not too many extra resources around. There's that one extra stone close to JonSlow. But we are going to see Karambits, and that's just a 20, almost 20, and 2 petards do some damage at home at JonSlow's base. And JonSlow is, let's call it, defenseless at home. Really, no military units around. Iron casting on the way for JonSlow. He's sitting in that castle with 1 trebuchet, second on the way, but the Karambits are going to move in, and there's a lot of villages going forward. What's D3rP going to do? Forward castle inside JonSlow's base. That's just beautiful. Look at this. The Karambits, they are weak, +2 defense, but they cannot be stopped here. And that castle will go up. The Karambits can go into JonSlow's base now. JonSlow quickly going for a TC on his wood line, and he's not taking the main gold any longer. He's moving out to take that 3rd gold from D3rP, I guess. Now the Geppettos moving in to try and defend a little bit. In the meantime, the trebuchets have taken down the castle and now the TC. That means D3rP is not in a really comfortable position. Still interesting to see that castle coming up. Double siege workshop here. D3rP, of course, has a lot of resources. He didn't click up to Imperial Age. That's 1k8 resources not spent. And he's going for scorpions here, which is surprising to me. Now moving out to get that mining camp. And we have still a few Karambits around to find. Not a lot here. JonSlow doesn't have a lot of economy at home. He's taking a lot of stone here, but he's low on wood, food, and gold now. Got a TC on the wood line and that gold here. The Geppetto's still around, and with the trebuchet still firing at everything. The siege workshop will go down. There is 2 Geppettos now that got converted for D3rP to hit those trebuchets. You can see they're going down really fast. 10+2 attack, and that's how much? That's 1 defense here, 1 melee defense. That means 11 damage per. What are they throwing? Is it the words? So the 2 trebuchets are gone, and the Karambits are still around trying to do some damage. They got trapped more or less, and the Geppettos are now able to take those down, but the castle is still around. There is still Scorpions around, Karambit production is still going, and the Karambits are starting to take that TC even, because why not, I guess. There is one castle on the main gold coming up from JonSlow in a defensive position. I guess it makes a lot of sense, and you can see the attack stopped, so D3rP for now is safe, as long as he's keeping Terra busy at home. I think he will be safe here. He is population cap 110, taking down a TC using Karambits, and now the Ram, the Scorpions are going to be okayish against the Chibitos, I guess, and JonSlow being up to Imperial Age has 45 villagers and 7 military units only. That's not a lot here. You can see villagers taking the gold from Terra now, and Karambits moving around. We have Chibetos getting actually hunted down by Karambits. You can see they're both really, really fast. Looks like the Chibetos are a little bit faster, but JonSlow needs to micro those, otherwise he's going to lose them, and or at least not win anything cost effectively. There's another trebuchet out, but remember, there's even a knight around two Chibetos, so those traps could go down once again. That's only one trap, of course, and the Karambit protection is still going. Those Karambits are just so interesting to see. The Rams are breaking the walls, because why not? The TC went down, and I think JonSlow, yeah, going for trebuchet here. But he is has a problem with his economy. You can see he cannot see these farms even, because there's Karambits around, and the Chibetos are all getting hunted down. Yeah, that's going to be good enough for JonSlow here. But the Scorpions are also really annoying. The TC is up and running, 87 against 41 villages. That's double the village number. And there's still Rams around. The Rams are moving forward, 4 Karambits and 1 Ram. And we have 3 Rams now hitting that castle. We've seen that before. Karambits to take down villagers. Those villagers are idle and are getting attacked here. They're not repairing the castle, they're not taking gold, they're doing nothing. There's a mangonel here for JonSlow, which is good. Trebuchet is still up, but there is Rams also coming in from D3rP's base to now finally take down that castle from JonSlow inside D3rP's base here. And I think that's going to work, because JonSlow has trouble to defend 1 castle at home, but defending 2 castles at the same time, that's going to be really tough here. That Ram needs to move forward. D3rP saw it, and looks like D3rP is in a very comfortable position now. He is not in a score lead, but he is so far ahead population wise. It's just amazing. There's one trebuchet hitting that castle now, and I think it will go down, because Mangonels won't stop the Karambits from taking that down. And the 2 Rams are actually losing a lot of HP here, so the castle once again is not falling. D3rP went too fast against that castle, I guess. But the Scorpion is really annoying as well. And the game is still not over, which is amazing. JonSlow is holding steady at between 40 and 50 population. Problem is, D3rP is getting higher and higher in population here. Scorpion's now moving forward. Karambits, yeah, JonSlow quickly walling this. Can he actually finish the wall? Apparently he can. Karambit's trying to move around, but it looks like the Trebuchet and Mangonel will be safe here. Beautiful to see. Ooh, nice shot on the Karambits as well. Now the Trebuchet is fine and is taking out the castle, which is only 2 HP, and now it's gone. That means castles, none for D3rP. That's terrible. He was relying on those Karambits. He cannot do that now, and I think that is giving JonSlow chances to come back even. Mangonel hitting the Scorpions. There's still Chibetos on the field, and JonSlow might be able to take it from here. I'm not sure how the population difference is going to affect this game, and we're going to see Knight production starting now. I think Knights will be a lot stronger than the Karambits here, and D3rP will also try to go for a controlled attack. I don't know how to call this, but it was a lot of trouble and a lot of chaos on this map already. JonSlow was somehow able to defend. Now with the Knights, D3rP will pay good attention to his army and will start to put pressure on one point, and then I think he will have good chances. Market now coming up for him. The resources still looking decent. 2 more Rams attacking that castle, and now there's Knights around. That means no more Chibetos to hit those Rams, no more Mangonels around to hit those Rams. That was on the castle at home. JonSlow is still taking gold, and resources for him looking okay when it comes to gold. He's taking out the siege workshops, so he's clearing his own base more or less. But there's also stables coming up to produce Knights on the far side here. That castle is definitely going down now, and I think JonSlow losing that castle, that's something he cannot really come back from. He doesn't have stone to rebuild that castle, and he's going to lose the towers as well. Those Chibetos will die to the Knights eventually, or maybe to the monks even. Might see conversions, and JonSlow with a lot of gold in the bank can't really do a lot now. He's not producing Chibetos here. He's on 32 villages only against 112. This is just crazy. And still JonSlow doesn't score lead. Look at this. But I hope that D3rP is not saying, that's too strong. No, he's gonna realize, yeah, JonSlow is on the back foot here. We have a siege workshop coming up as well. There's more Knights on the way. D3rP, I think, could go up to Imperial Age, even though I don't think he wants to go there. I think he wants to finish this up in Castle Age, which makes sense at this point. In Castle Age, he will be stronger, and going up to him will give JonSlow some time to recover, maybe. But D3rP doesn't know is that JonSlow doesn't have economy at all. more or less. And there is knights now hitting that wood line. This is just brutal. 132, that's the truth here actually. JonSlow is calling the GG. He knows, okay, if my opponent is not far ahead in population, I could have a chance here like this. That was the GG call and it was necessary. We wouldn't have seen JonSlow survive longer than maybe 10 more minutes. And like this, the rush into a forward castle fasting privilege could have worked, but Malay are just really, really strong. The Karambits did a lot of damage, and then not going for him but transitioning into knights made sense here. Hope you enjoyed this game. See you in the next ones. GG.